Hello, everyone. Earthangel here. Welcome back. Welcome in. Come on in. You know, this next part of our series, our spiritual journey, is very near and dear to me. And the reason I say this is because years ago, I was the director for the men's choir at church. Yeah, little old me. Can you believe that? And there is a gentleman who brought this song. He loves Courtney Wilson, right? And he brought songs that were near and dear to his heart. He says that he's a shower singer. Some of us can relate to that, singing in the shower, right? However, he has a beautiful, dynamic voice that you cannot deny. He brought this song called Noise by Courtney Wilson, and I have added it in the description box. So please, when you're finished listening to this video, please listen to it. It just brings so much. Oh gosh. You can really feel in your heart some of the things that you have been going through, some of the things that you've been thinking. When you listen to that song, it just touches your heart like nothing else can. It ministers to you, and it brings about healing. I just love this song. So I'm going to sing a little bit to you, okay? Now, I'm not a bass or a tenor. I'm a soprano, alto. I can get up there, mezzo, soprano, but this song is a little lower. And for me, I found myself singing it at home. Going through this next phase is noise and distractions. And he says, I can hear God clearly. I have to sing it up. Now that the noise is gone, gone are those distractions that have been haunting me for so long. Pointless matters, all broken, shattered. And I think he says something about the voices yielding sinful choices. I can hear God clearly now that the noise is gone. Ooh. So you guys, please listen to it. I mean, it is a song that really touches my heart, and it has been years since I was director of the men's choir. I was director for 4 years, believe it or not. And that song still stays with me, especially when it seems like too much is going on, or there's so much to do, or there's too many people trying to get your attention, and you just need to go in. You need to just settle everything down. So in this phase, I should go back the last phase, and I gave you all the information to work on yourself. Please continue to work on yourself. You are going to continue to work on yourself every single day or every single week. You're going to remember, oh yeah, you know. Please keep adding to the list. Please keep working on yourself. Something that happened to you from childhood to 18, like I said, you know, just carry it in your binder. And then you can do like a 20 to or 18 to now and write it in your binder. Write all the things that have happened to you, all the people that you have met, how they have treated you. You're going to see in this series, or should I say in this stage, you're going to, this is what you should do. This is what I did. So let me share this with you. I had to go inside. I had to just sit in your room and write down the things that have happened to you, 18 to now. Certain people that you have worked with, that have crossed your path, that you have met, they're going to trigger you, right? Some in a good way and some in a bad way. Some you're just like, gosh, they must be a part of my soul family because I really, really connect with them. But then if you go back, now what I want you to do is put down the negative first, right? A person you may have met at work and you thought they were your friend. And they invited you to their house and you saw the way. You thought they were really nice until you saw the way they treated their foster children, or the way that they treated their husband, the way they spoke to them. I was like, wow. I never would have thought this person was that way, because at work, they seem like a very genuine person, very soft-spoken, can be soft-spoken. And when I went to visit them, I saw a whole new person. Now, there are times where you just, okay, well, you know, I'm just going to put that aside. I'm not going to worry about it. But they continue to show you who they are. Now, some people, you don't have to go to their house. They'll do it right in front of you at work or in the store, on the street, at practice, wherever. They will show you who they are. Some can be loving, and some are just, every time you see them, they try to diss you, or they try to treat you a certain way, or they do something that always stays in the back of your mind. You never forget. You just kind of let it go. Well, in this stage, you are actually taking time to focus on what is truly going on in your world, all right? In your life. Not worrying about what Susie's doing over there, or what Carol's doing over here, or Aunt whatever is doing over there. Not worrying about that. Look at your world. Do you have family or friends that you call, but boy, they barely call you? Understand where you stand in their life and look at it and go, wow, okay. I started writing more and more down. It could be a boss, your manager, director. It could be your colleague who you work with. And over the phone, they sound really nice and, but then let's say maybe they've moved. They've transferred to your office, and you go to them and you talk to them, and because you've always been able to sit on the phone and talk, and it was great. And then now you're noticing something different. Them not sharing. How can we do the budget together, or how can we work the workload? How can we work on capacity? Stuff like that. And you're like, things are changing around here. And I understand that it is a part of, maybe they're going through, their boss was let go, and so they're trying to figure out, where do I fit in here, right? And they're working to show that your manager, I can do the job, I'm good, and that's fine and dandy. However, trying to slay and cut you off, trying to make it look like, well, I'm the better person, when you work so well together, right? Or it could be church, it could be yeah, a coach, it could be anything, right? People in your family, you would think that they would know you, right, by now. If you're a loving, caring person and you're always calling to check up on people and stuff like that, and you'll talk to them, but sometimes you'll leave a message. It's like, hey, call me back, and it could be a month or two, and you're like, they don't call me back. And then you call and check them. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Understand, everybody's busy. They might say, oh yeah, I was just busy for 2 months. Look, focus on what's really going on in front of you. If they really loved you like they say they do, or they say, you know what, you and I are alike, we blah, 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 they would have called you. They would have called you. Just plain and simple. You're there for, let's say, things that happen in their family, right? You're all family. But let's say you're there for them, but are they really there for you? No. So this is the stage where you really stop and look at what's going on. We learn about the government. We learn about the political things that are going on, the politicians, stop and look at things the way they really are, right? Look at yourself. Are you the same person? Let's say if a person smokes and drinks and parties all the time, what kind of smoker or drinker or partier are you? How far do you take it? Or drugs, whatever. How far do you take it? Meaning, do you go as far as one night stands, sex worker? Who are you, right? Maybe you work an 8 to 5 job Monday through Friday. That's perfect. Then what do you do after that? Are you a quiet person, or are you a person who speaks their mind all the time? It's okay to speak your mind, but speak it with love. You don't have to cut at everyone, right? Every time you speak to someone. How would you like it if that were done to you? Or are you hanging around with a clique that talks about every Tom, Dick, and Harry, everyone? Maybe they talk about everyone in the group. You'll find someone who'll talk about everyone in the group, right? Think about it. If they talk about everyone in the group when they're not there, you can definitely count on them speaking about you. It can be ill will, whatever. Some do witchcraft. Maybe they do witchcraft on you, on the group. There might be someone who, oh, I just want friends, or I want to be the popular one. You'll find that in groups. But you gotta watch. They may want to be the popular one, but when you're one-on-one, they may snap at you. You're like, oh, wait a minute. You're not like that when all of us are together. But if you kind of take your time and evaluate what is really going on around you, you'll notice that they may huddle in the corner with this other person that's part of your group, talking about everyone else in the group or talking about someone else. You start to see, or you already have seen, how a person acts towards you. This is the stage where you decide, I am going to cut out all the noise. All they're doing when I hang out with that clique, all they're doing is bringing me a lot of fear or worry or stress or distractions. A lot of noise is going on, and you're like, I don't need that noise. You need to make the decision and understand it. This is a process that you work through, and it doesn't happen overnight. It does not. But it is a time to see who is creating a lot of noise in your world, in your life, and to disengage from it, right? Walk away from all the noise that you don't need. You don't talk about people you don't really hang out in a clique. And it's like, why am I hanging out with them? Realize what you're doing. That can go for, like I said, work, as a teacher, being a coach, being around a coach, or whoever, right? Church members, they have their little clique. You have to realize, wait a minute. I'm not getting anything out of that auxiliary, right? But I'm taking time every week out of my Wednesday or out of my Tuesday, out of my Thursday to be in that auxiliary. Got a lot of yapping parts going on, a lot of yapping people. You're like, why? Why am I wasting my time with them? As you go through this stage, you're going to find out family members, or it can be a parent, who's always treated you unfairly. You'll hear people saying, oh, they're the black sheep of the family, or they're this, or they're that. Why are they saying that for real? Right? Sure, they may love you, or they don't love you. They're like, I'll tolerate her. I'll be around. I'll tolerate her. But maybe they really don't love you. Or they don't love your light. But this is or your darkness. It could be either or. This is the stage where you really look at yourself and you evaluate you. Now, this, a lot of people don't know. We have a light side and a dark side. And in this stage, you really need to bring it together to balance your light and dark side. Do you go off the deep end and you're angered, or you're holding a grudge, or, you want to fight someone, or you do a spell on someone? How do you react? Or do you just go, okay, I'm walking away from them. I don't need to do that. Or do you know how to bring in your light side with the dark side and go and really work on, okay, I need to work on myself. Why am I holding anger against someone who is not holding anger against me? What is it in my life? Why am I holding this anger or this grudge against them? Why can I not let go? Once you have worked on yourself so much, you'll get to the place where you're like, I let that go. Why am I holding a grudge on that person? They just said this. It didn't rock my whole world. What? Or is it just because they didn't go along with what you said? They didn't agree with what you said? Well, God gives us free will. You need to understand and go, okay, that's truly how they feel. Right? Everyone does not have to go with what you suggest. Everyone, the community, let me just put that out there, the community, everyone does not have to follow your footsteps just because you want to try and tear a person down, talk about a person, just really say some rude and nasty things that are not them at all. And then you run here and there. You want all these people to be on your side. Well, I brought this up in another video. I learned when I was a child from a sister something happened, and my sister said, well, I'm on this sister's side, and I didn't say anything. And then I said, well, okay, I guess I'll be on this sister's side. And thank God, because she has taught me a lot. Thank God she said, I only have a left side and a right side. I don't have a side for you to take, or you to, you to hang, look at, oh, I'm right or I'm wrong. No, there wasn't any of that. I learned that when I was probably about 4 or 5. She said that, and I will never forget it. So it is a time, a stage where you go, you know what? I do not have to agree with what they said, and I do not have to hang with them just because of what they said. I'm bagging off and I'm leaving it alone, right? I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. I've learned that when something troubles you, please go inside. Go to your room. Go to the backyard. Put your feet in the grass and ground. I love doing that. Or go, by the ocean. Put your feet in the water. I love to do that too. It's important for you to work through a situation and call it for what it is. Oh, okay, I get that. I don't have to be that way. I don't have to do that. And you'll find the test, because God will continue to bring it up until you can just walk away. You're going to learn that. Do you ever notice that things just keep coming up? You're like, I remember going through this. God's testing you. Are you hanging out with that clique, talking about somebody sending them witchcraft or doing whatever? Or have you forgiven them? Can you let that go? Or can you not be a part of? Right? This is a stage where you are thinking on your own. You are not letting someone else do the thinking for you, making decisions for you. You are looking at it, putting things into perspective, and going, I am not going to be a part of that. Okay? So like I said, it is a stage of letting go of all the noise and distractions. If you've got people saying, come out, come out, come out, you have to come out and, let's go party and blah, 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 and they like to drink, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with going out and dancing. I love to go out and dance. However, there's a lot of people who can say, I can dance alone and have no problem. Or you know how all women, we just get up front and we dance. We don't care. Me, I look at it as I'm letting go of my stress of the week. I'm letting go of the noise. Music is not noise. I'll sing and dance and have a good time, but I also know when to leave. I don't have to be the last one to leave. Sometimes I will. I have been. I have done it. But a lot of times I just want to go for a couple of hours. I need to get out. I need to just, dance off some adrenaline, just dance off, and I'm good. But if there is someone who wants, come on out, blah blah blah, we're gonna drink, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, or we'll be smoking, or we'll be, you learn to start cutting that down, limiting yourself, learning to be okay with yourself. I will talk about that in some of the other stages, but I just wanted to come on and speak to you about this. Letting go of the noise and the distractions in your life. Detangling, right? Detach from the noise, from the worry, from the fear, from the stresses of your life. Learning to bring yourself peace. There's a lot of moving parts to these stages. But here is where you really need to start working on yourself. Please continue to do the, from a childhood to 18 and then 18 till now, people who have been in your life or who are in your life, and evaluating your life and the people in it. It's okay, your circle doesn't have to be humongous. But I notice people with, sometimes they have big circles and they are leaning. That's because they don't want to be alone. They're leaning on another. You got to learn to lean on yourself. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. I love you guys very much, and I will talk to you on the next video. Okay? Peace.